This chapter was absolutely a sign that I should probably reread Jujutsu Kaisen again soon. It's definitely gotten rusty on me in some areas because in this chapter we got to this guy Hakari, and I'm not gonna lie whatsoever because this is what I'm talking about. Like it's I probably should read it. I completely forgot this guy was mentioned, and it's kind of funny because like there are other characters that exist within the world that also like have like little to no screen time. Like I was talking to these on the podcast earlier, and at one point they're talking about Hakari and the hype around him. Because there's that part where Yuta says like, oh, he gets serious that he's even stronger than me. I was that's kind. I felt like that was kind of cap, and I completely forgot that his character was brought up and hyped to potentially be somebody that can stand at level with like Satoru and stuff. This guy, at least from what I know, he's not one of the human special grades unless he's like one that is at that level. We just don't see it because I mean like he's hyped up to be at that level, and he has the obvious statements from Yuta, but Yuta's kind of humble, so I don't know. I feel like the Yuta saying that he could be like he's stronger than him when he's serious is a little bit just him being humble. But either way, this dude Hikari, because people were talking about the character as well, just on like Twitter and stuff. Because when the fan translations came out, I completely forgot that Jujutsu Kaisen was coming back this week. I thought it was next week, and people were talking about this dude Hikari, and I'm like, oh, maybe some character whose name got dropped to some hype. And then I went and looked at it, and they were talking about something about like his older design or something. And then I saw the panel of when Yuta and him got hyped up because people were talking about like a scene in the anime that shows it, and I don't remember if it was in the manga. I'm pretty sure it was. I'd have to go look at some early stuff, but I completely forgot about his character. I didn't even remember the name, but I do think it's kind of funny that his character design shifted a lot. Granted, that was probably years ago at that point, like the last time he was really ever really known, or it could have just been like a design that Akutami just wasn't like too keen on and went for this kind of like people are calling him saying he looks like Macklemore, but the dude is cool so far. He seems kind of badass, but like he doesn't seem like one of those characters who's also just kind of a douche because he's so powerful. Not like Naoya. Naoya was like that. He was just up high. He had a really good power. He had a really good position in the family. Obviously, one of the highest classes of the royal, like kind of I was gonna say royal families, but obviously like head clans over at Jujutsu Tag. The Zen'In, the Gojo, and I'm trying to remember the last one. But either way, see again, this is one of the reasons why I need to reread stuff. Like I remember those two, I completely forgot what the third one was. But again, like I said, that's another sign that I should probably reread it at some point. But they're doing their thing, going over to try and get to this guy, and I guess he's holding like a whole gambling circuit, and they decide they're gonna have to fight at one point. Like Megumi baits him essentially, like these two random dudes that are like kind of like the thugs of Hikari and his whole group, but they bait him into Yuji being the one to like kind of fight in essentially an exhibition match for the entertainment of the people paid to watch. And Megumi would definitely be fine because we've seen like his hand-to-hand combat skills. He's actually pretty decent. Obviously, he doesn't have the raw physical strength that Yuji has, but I feel like he would have been relatively fine, especially if they let him use any of his curse techniques. Then he's super good. But Yuji ends up, for some reason, fighting Panda. That was the most confusing thing to me. I thought it was going to be like some curse spirit, some curse that like is like, I don't know, some like grade 1 or something, and then it was going to be like big for most of these guys. Obviously not Hikari. It makes sense. Maybe maybe Hikari captured it because he's way more powerful than grade 1 or whatever. And then Yuji just like runs through it relatively easy. I figured it might have been something like that maybe, but it was Panda. And I don't know if I missed something in a previous chapter, because last time we saw Panda, it was all the stuff with Yaga, and I don't think that there was anything that said he was going to be here. He's probably on the run, and this is where he went to. Knew Hikari might take him in. But they're having a battle. People clearly are really hyped. And I thought it was pretty funny when he's like getting prepped up, and you just like asking about like his opponent. The guy's like, "Oh, there's your opponent," and then he's just like looking at him. And he's like, "All right, cool, let's do this." And then it shows it's Panda, and I was like, "Why? Well, that was pretty strange." And the dude Hikari, like he's just hanging out with his girl. Like there's a bunch of security cameras. They're chilling on this couch and just watching the battle. I definitely think Yuji was gonna win. I definitely didn't think that Panda stood relatively a chance. And I know like he's strong, but like Yuji's physical strength we know was super powerful at the start, and obviously he's way stronger currently, and he's actually got like grasp and like curse techniques and stuff. Well, usage of cursed energy. I kind of count Divergent Fist as a cursed technique. I don't really know either way. The Akari dude is like kind of chatting with him and saying like, okay, no, these three, they're gonna fight and dazzle the crowds, get everyone hyped up, and we got to do while everyone is already on high. And there's just some general kind of like movements of the plot. Like Megumi's listening into the phone call of one of Akari's thugs. He's like got his. I really liked when he's got his hood on, like the shadows coming off it, and you see his face, but obviously like the before that panel and then afterwards. Oh shit, sorry, not afterwards, but just like right before that, you see a shadow that's just there, and Megumi is just blended in with it and just listening, kind of getting intel, getting recon. And that's when the dude's like saying, like, oh yeah, you gotta stay vigilant. We're gonna get security from. I'm guessing this girl Kirara is the other chick. Was that her? Let me see. Yeah, it was, because obviously this chick I didn't expect at all either. She's got like all these weird, I'm guessing, piercings. I don't really know what that's supposed to be on her lips. The only thing I can think of is piercings, unless it's supposed to be just like a bunch of beauty marks or something, or maybe some scars. I don't really know. Every time I look at it, I think that they're like little location indicators on Google Maps or something that says, oh look, you are here, or like these restaurants in your area. That's the only thing I can really think of when perusing over those. Anyway, the chapter was good. I mean, we got like normal 19 pages, and we had Akutami get like a month off to rest, get recovered, and hopefully now there's like good health for this mangaka, because I think it hasn't been revealed entirely if Akutami's male or female. I know a lot of people go out female because of the drawing and some of the honorifics that Akutami uses. But I don't know. I remember they were saying that like Akutami has like really large like masculine hands. So I don't know. Maybe it's just something wild and different. I don't really know. Either way, none of my business for what Akutami's doing there. Either way, I just hope Akutami can get some sleep, get rested, be good for obviously the arc to come and how this is going. They say how many days was it they said until the before the Colon game takes place? I think it was like a month or so. I think they noticed. I think it was something kind of like that, some like fair period of time, but nothing too outlandish. That's at least from what I remember. I don't think the date of like how long they've got is really that important at the moment, because they're obviously way more focused into stuff going on right now with Hikari and trying to talk to him and stopping Kamo Noritoshi from getting his stuff on. I'm trying to say the names because I'm like, I gotta make sure I don't forget certain people. It's obviously been a bit. Like Jujutsu Kaisen, it's been a month plus. I've read through it like 1.5 times, so I don't have it as like ingrained into my head as like some of the other series, but I do want to reread it. And I might rewatch the anime and then reread the parts after that, because that'll probably be way easier. Well, actually no, because it would be easier. It'll probably just take a little bit more time. Either way, man, and female if anyone's there, I feel like I should be more fair. But what's going on right now, I think is pretty cool. I really like the general setup right now, kind of like moving in to everything that's kind of going on, and they're still in some of the aftermath of obviously what happened the previous month. I'd really like to see some other characters and like what they're doing. Like, I don't need a full chapter, but I would like one of those ones where it's just like a panel that has like, instead of like a character talking about, it's like a narration box that says, oh, this character's doing this. But anyway, other than that, it was a pretty easy read. Nothing too crazy for the return. But other than that, comment below, thumbs up the video, friend the like button, subscribe button, and check out my other videos. But other than that, I appreciate everyone's already subscribed. I thank you all for listening. Bye.